Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review, the punk rock band of wargame review institutions. This is Neuschwabenland. We're going to be doing Scenario 3 here, a little playthrough. Essentially what's going on is there's radar stations at these two mountain hexes here, and the alien worms have captured it, so the Germans have to go there to retrieve the data from their radar stations. One thing I want to point out in this game is there's two types of dice rolls. There's a light combat dice roll, which will be done with the white dice. Only 1s and 2s count as hits. So if you get a 2, that counts as 2 hits. There's also heavy combat dice. Heavy combat dice, only 1s, 2s, and 3s count. So those are like heavy weapons. Anyhow, we'll get started here. First phase is Reich action point determination phase. There's 7 Reich units, so half of that is 3, so they roll 3 light combat dice. They keep the 2. So 3 plus 2, they can activate 5 units. So the first one to activate will be the, I can't pronounce it, it's like Hanatu or something like that. It's a UFO looking thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Terrain has no effect on him since he flies. So now we'll activate some of the half-tracks who have infantry inside, and some of the infantry have heavy weapons, Panzerschrecks to be specific. So the 1, 2, 3. This one will go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. If infantry is loaded inside, it only costs 1 action point to move the half-track. However, the turn you unload, you'll have to use an action point to move the half-track and 1 to unload the infantry unit. So we'll go to alien movement point determination phase. Their base number is 2, and then you roll 2 light combat dice. And so they get 2, so the worms can move 4. And one thing I forgot to mention, on turn 4, an alien tripod and 3 worms will be entering here. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're moving to protect here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The mountain terrain costs 2 to move. So let's go to turn 2. Actually, let me show you the full sequence of play. I'm skipping some steps right now because they're irrelevant. It starts with the Reich action point determination phase, then the recovery phase. We've skipped that since nothing's lost a step, and then the Reich action phase. And then we'll go to alien movement point determination phase, alien recovery phase, and then alien action phase. So we'll see how many action points the Reich has. Their base is 3 right now because they have 7 units. So they're just going to be activating 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the last one can't activate. So now we'll see how far the worms can move. 2 plus 1. So that's 3. So the first one here is going to attack the UFO. So he's got a red number there, which means he attacks with a heavy combat dice. He gets 2, but since he's the attacker in the close assault, he gets a 3rd one. So he'll roll this 3 times, so that's 1 so far. 2, 3. 3 hits on the Hanabu. And since he has a red subscript number there, that means when he's defending in close combat, one of the things that means is he rolls 1 less dice, so he can only roll 1 dice here. So 3 minus 2 is 1, so this has taken 1 hit and is pushed back. Alright. So he'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and these 2 are going to sit here and guard. Alright, so let's move to turn 3 and see how many action points the Reich gets. So they just get 3 again. That's not good. So we're going to roll 2 light combat dice to try and recover him. And we fail. We can actually, let me see the book here. I can spend 1 action point to make another attempt with 2 light combat dice. I think I will. And he fails again. That was a bad idea. So they only have 1 action point left. So that one will move. Now it becomes the alien phase. So this one's going to jump him. Two, 3. So he does 5 to it. And in his weakened state, he has no defense. Oh, he does have 1 armor. So that will stop one of them, but he'll still be killed. I forgot to roll to see how far the aliens can move. They can move 3. So this will go 1, 2. He can go through his own guy. 3, he'll attack there. So he's got 2 so far. 4. And the half track can roll 3 back, but he can re-roll one of them because he has troops on board. 1, 2. So that's 2. Re-roll that one. 4. So yeah, he pushes them off. So he survived that one. And then over here, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to move to turn 4. Roll to see how many action points. So they get 3, 4, they get 5 actions. So this one will move here first, and the action he's taking is move and fire. So he can only move half, and he gets 1 less dice in firing. So he'll just get 2 dice to fire, but he does 2 damage. This has no armor, so that's defeated. This one here will go. Does 1, 2, 3 damage. That one's gone, so that worked out well for them. And then they'll use their last action point here. Alright, so now it's the worm's turn, and they're going to enter here. They have a tripod. These are a good unit. So he can move 2, so 1, 2, and they have 3 worms entering. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he'll just go move to there. Oh, sorry. I should have rolled to see how far they can move. So they can only move 2, actually. The tripod has its own movement, but this could move 2. They can move 2. And this one can move to here. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, this guy can move 2, 2, so he'll move this way towards the half track. And now it's turn 5. This half track, he's going to do a move and shoot. Well, actually first I gotta see how many action points. So they're just getting 3 actions, so he's just going to fire, I think, in that case. 2. He does nothing. And this will go 1, 2, 3 to here. And this will go 1, 2, 3. Now for the alien part of the turn, see how far the worms can move. Just 2. So he moves there to attack the half track. 1 extra dice since he's attacking in close combat. Green dice hits in a 1 through 3, so he just gets 1. Now the half track will fight back. 2. He gets to re-roll 1. So 3-1. So the alien actually is defeated there. Now the evil tripod will move 2. And he'll move 2. He'll move 2. And he goes 2. Tripod can't move and shoot, so he's not going to go into combat there. So now we move to turn 6. By the way, if the Reich does not liberate the... I believe, is it 1 transmitter or 2? I think it's 1 transmitter. Let me see here. Yeah, yes, 1 mountain troop, which is the infantry, have to occupy one of these spaces here, otherwise the enemy wins. So, let's roll for action points. So they get 5 action points, which is plenty. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Second action point will be used to unload the infantry right there. And that's their full action. So that's 2 action points used. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and use an action point to unload here. They're going to need that heavy weapon to fight the tripod. So that's 4, and this will go here. Or no, he'll do a full move. All right. So now we go to the alien turn. Aliens, the worms will move 3. So first the tripod is going to fire at the mountain troops there. He rolls 2 heavy combat dice, 1, so he does 1 damage to it, so it loses a step. Actually, losing a step's probably a bit, isn't really what's happening, it's just being weakened, because it can get its step back at the end of the turn. Alright. So this will go 1, 2, 3. So he rolls 3 heavy combat dice. Miss, miss. Does 1. The Grenadiers, since they have a heavy weapon with a red subscript, instead of 2, it only gets 1, but it does roll a heavy combat dice. So that misses, so they're going to spend, they have grenades, they're going to spend a grenade to roll 2 more heavy combat dice. 2, so 5, so they've defeated the worm there. Let's see here. He's going to attack there. Miss, miss. 2 hits, and then heavy weapon will fight back. Does 1, spend a grenade to roll twice more. 2. Alright, so that was even. So that's pushed off to there. And this one will move 1, 2, 3 just to get there. He doesn't want to get in the tripod's path. Yeah. Alright. So now it's turn 7. And we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So it's 3 plus 0. So only 3 can activate. So first, 3 can activate, so what should we do? It's going to move up to there. Or no, he's going to move full movement, no shot. So that's 1 point. And this will go here. Or this one actually. 1, 2, that's 1 hit. Just 1 hit. And then the Panzer Shrek will fire at... He'll fire at him. That's 3 hits. Yeah, so that's destroyed. I think that's all the activations for them. They need somewhere on the board, like where you keep track of the number of activations. It's easy to forget. Alright, aliens, let's see how far the worms move. Worms just moved 2. So this one's getting brave here, and he's going to try and take him out. So 1, 2, 3. So he does 3. And this will roll 1 heavy combat dice in response. Miss, but he's going to spend a grenade to roll 2 more heavy combat dice. Miss. Miss. Yuck. So this guy is defeated, but his weapon stays there. And this guy gets to take the space. Alright, this one, he's gonna sit there and guard. Tripod will shoot at the Panzer Shrek unit. 2 dice. Heavy combat of nothing. 3, so this one's defeated. Told you the tripods are tough. And this guy here is going to close assault here. So he rolls nothing, nothing, and 3. And they'll roll 3 back, re-rolling 1 because there's an infantry on board. So that's zilch, 1, and then we'll re-roll this one. 2, 3, so that's even actually, so he repels the worm, no one dies, but... Alright, so let's go to turn 8, and we will roll to see how many German action points there are. So it'll be... They had a base of 4, so that's 2 plus 2, they have 4 actions. Alright, here's the deal. The infantry here is the only thing that can take the outpost and gather the data, so I have to keep that guy alive at all costs. This game doesn't have zones of control, so he can move away from there. 1, 2, 3. And then this first one here will shoot at the worms. Miss. Miss. And second one here, can't really shoot there, so I'll have to shoot there. Miss. Miss. Not looking good for the Germans. Alright, bottom of turn 8. Roll to see how far the worms move. Drop my dice, of course. So the worms will move 4. So this one's, he's the brave one. He's going to hit here and stand here and attack the half track. 1, or excuse me, 0. So he's got 3. And the half track fights back. 2. He loses 1 step and is pushed away. Alright. other one here will attack this half track because he knows it's wounded. 2, 3. So he's got 3, and the half track in his weakened state there we go, is 2. So the half track's defeated. Alright, now the tripod, he's going to fire his heavy weapon at the half track there. Miss. Does 2. Armor stops one of them. So he takes just 1. Alright, now it's the top of turn 9. Germans roll. They have 1, 2, 3. They have just 3 units, so their base number is 1. So they can activate 2 units. Let me think about how I'm going to do this. Before that, though, it's Reich recovery, so let's try to recover the half track. He recovers. That's good news. Let me check the book to see if he can move on the turn. Yeah, it looks like he can move, so let's see here. He's running out of time, so he's going to move 1, 2, 3, and the second action will be to unload the infantry there, and that's the end of their turn. So let's see how far the worms move. The worms can only move 2, but obviously this guy's here is going to attack the infantry. So he gets 1 hit, 2, 3. Infantry gets 3 hits. Nice. So he's going to use his last grenade to try and get some more hits and defeat that thing. So it does 1 damage to it and repels it. That's good. And the rest will go. This will move here and attack. 2, 4, and the Panzer is gone. Excuse me, half track I meant, not Panzer. This one here will move 2, and the tripod will move 2 in that direction. So now it's the top of turn 10. We have just 2 German units, so the base number is 1. Can only take 1 action, so he uses his action to go there. So if he stays in that place until the end of the game, the Germans win. So now it's time for the worms. Worms just move 2, but obviously this worm's attacking here. 3. So he does 4. So Germans. But the Germans will, because they're in rough terrain, that will remove 1 of them. So let's see what the Germans get. That removes 1, but it's still 2, so he's dead. So the Germans have nothing that can hold that, so it's an alien victory. But you can see it was pretty close. It's a nice game. I like it. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll have a review for it, and actually by the end of the week. So if you like the video, please click like on it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. And as always, have a good evening.